Would you still buy a Tesla if the government yanked away $7,500 of instant savings? Because that is exactly what's about to happen. Last week, President Trump signed his self-branded Big Beautiful Bill, and buried deep in the fine print sits a double-edged plot twist. The federal tax credit for new electric vehicles disappears on September 30th, 2025, and the pollution penalties that forced legacy automakers to buy billions in regulatory credits from Tesla vanish with it. Two of Tesla's quiet money printers gone in one swipe of a pen. Since 2022, any qualifying electric car, including every high-volume Tesla model, came wrapped with that $7,500 rebate, and buyers could even transfer the credit directly to the dealer as an instant discount. Sales teams loved dangling the incentive like a neon sale sign. It shaved almost 20% off a base spec Model 3 and regularly closed deals on the spot. When that sign switches off at midnight on September 30th, analysts at Kelley Blue Book estimate the effective starting price of a Model Y long range will jump from roughly $40,000 back to $47,500 overnight. That is not a hidden fee. People will feel it the second they open the payment calculator. The second punch is even sneakier. For years, car makers that pumped out too many gas guzzlers had to buy clean air coupons from companies like Tesla to stay legal under federal emissions rules. Those coupons have quietly propped up Tesla's bottom line. In the first quarter of 2025 alone, the company booked $595 million in regulatory credit revenue, enough to flip what would have been a red ink quarter into the black. Trump's bill erases the penalty that made those credits valuable, so demand could dry up faster than a sidewalk after a Phoenix heat wave. A Tesla executive whispered to the Financial Times that as much as 3/4 of the credit sales are US-based. Ouch. Add in smaller cuts, manufacturing incentives, charging station grants, even rooftop solar subsidies. And Tesla's business model suddenly looks like a game of Jenga, missing its entire bottom row. Former insiders told Electrek that Elon Musk finally woke up to the math only days before the signing ceremony. That is like realizing you left the stove on after the fire alarm has already started blaring. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, tap the like button. It lets YouTube know this is worth sharing with more people. Investors certainly got the message. Tesla's share price slid 7% the day the bill passed, the steepest single-day drop since the Cybertruck delivery event. Europe is in a demand slump. China is rallying behind homegrown champions like BYD. And until now, the United States served as Tesla's safety net. That net just developed a hole wide enough to fly a Model X through. To keep cars moving off lots, Tesla has leaned on an endless parade of discounts, free full self-driving trials, and 0% financing offers. Without the federal incentive acting as a factory rebate in disguise, the company must either absorb the full hit to margins or watch would-be buyers defect to cheaper gasoline vehicles. Autonomy was supposed to solve everything. Musk pulled engineers off the long-promised $25,000 Model 2 last year so they could chase the cybercab robotaxi dream. Cool technology, eventually. Right now, the average family wants a dependable daily driver, not a future robo-Uber. Market research from Cox Automotive shows 66% of shoppers list price as the single biggest barrier to choosing electric, dwarfing range anxiety or charging access. Losing $7,500 magnifies that sticker shock in boldface. Wall Street's patience is thinning. William Blair downgraded Tesla within 24 hours of the bill's publication, warning that regulatory credit sales might, quote, evaporate almost overnight. Ford, General Motors, and even Kia are lining up sub-$30,000 electric models, some still eligible for state-level perks. It is as if Tesla stepped into the boxing ring only to discover its gloves have been swapped for oven mitts. Musk's personal bandwidth is another wild card. Between launching Starlink mini satellites, courting advertisers for X, selling Dogecoin flamethrowers, and teasing the idea of a new political party, even the most loyal shareholders wonder whether the captain is monitoring the right radar screen. An ex-executive told the Financial Times that board oversight feels, quote, checked out, leaving Musk to juggle flamethrowers next to an open gas can. Investors Investors want a solid plan B, cheaper vehicles, diversified revenue streams, or deeper cost cuts. So far, Wall Street hears crickets. Zoom out and the ripple effects extend far beyond Tesla. Picture your daily commute a year from now. Traffic looks the same, but half the chargers in the grocery store parking lot sit idle because fewer new EV owners plug in. Dealerships flood the airwaves with last chance clearance ads, and states like California scramble to backfill the incentive gap with their own credits. That is one scenario analysts worry about if demand tanks. Challenges, of course, breed creativity. Tesla could accelerate domestic battery manufacturing tweaks to dodge new tariff math buried elsewhere in the bill, potentially adding even more high-paying jobs in Texas or Nevada. Meanwhile, competition gets a shot of adrenaline. Kia just teased an EV comfortably under $30,000. Hyundai's upcoming Ioniq 9 packs 3 rows into a sleek family hauler, and Chevrolet still plans to relaunch the Bolt nameplate before year-end. When rivals smell opportunity, prices trend downward. Good news for consumers over the long run. Environmental math is less forgiving. The International Council on Clean Transportation calculates that battery electric cars cut lifetime emissions roughly 50% compared with comparable gasoline models. Delay adoption for even a few years, and extra tailpipe pollution compounds quickly. Many states may retaliate with tougher zero-emission mandates or their own purchase credits, setting up a policy tug-of-war between regional governments and Washington. So what should shoppers do? If you've been eyeing an electric vehicle, Q3 2025 could be the final window to stack a federal rebate on top of aggressive dealer discounts. After that, total ownership costs still beat gasoline in most regions. Electricity remains cheaper per mile than petrol in 45 states, but the payback period stretches. Acting sooner rather than later could lock in the fastest return on investment. The bill might also boomerang on Musk's other ventures. SpaceX depends on defense and NASA contracts. A White House that just kneecapped Tesla's incentives might tighten the purse strings elsewhere. Starlink, seeking regulatory approvals around the globe, could face delays if political winds shift. If any of that materializes, Tesla's share price could look like a roller coaster, and used car shoppers might grab bargain Teslas as lease fleets unload inventory to rebalance residual value risk. Bottom line, Trump's legislation slaps a ticking clock on America's EV transition. Whether that countdown becomes a setback or a slingshot depends on how fast companies innovate and how loudly consumers vote with their wallets. In every disruption hides an opportunity, and the next few quarters will reveal who seizes it first. Let's recap. The bill strips away the $7,500 electric car credit and kills the pollution credit market. A double gut punch that could flip Tesla's profits upside down before year-end. Elon Musk, distracted and late to react, now faces investor doubt and political crossfire. Yet crises can spark breakthroughs. Tesla can double down on affordability, competitors can grab market share, and shoppers still hold the ultimate power to shape demand. What would make you pull the trigger on an EV in a post-credit world? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment. If you found value here, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss a deep dive. All sources are linked in the description, including a video on how EV tax credits originally worked. Stay curious, stay electric, and I'll see you in the next one.